Morning, Michael.
Good morning, old traveller Judith Chalmers for the old people.
Yes. For those who don't know, I've been to Cape Town for the past 10 days in sunny Cape Town.
And we've enjoyed that in England, having the freedom of no robbing.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was brilliant. But I did get to, so here's the thing, right? I was very determined to make sure I watched all of the Arsenal games. So we went to the Irish pub, the Ferryman, in the waterfront on Saturday evening.
What, that game?
That game, yeah, to watch Arsenal Villa. And I'm sitting there, right? And of the trip, 10 of us that were on the trip, 6 are Arsenal fans. So it was quite a good atmosphere. And we had a lovely table. We had our own TV. The food was amazing. Cheap as chips, all of that. And Arsenal go 2-0 up, and it's I'm high-fiving all the other guys in the bar, and it's all going well. And then suddenly it ends up at 2-2. And then Havertz scores, but it gets...
What, that?
That one, yeah. Then bloody Havertz...
You spoiled all my pictures.
Havertz scores, but it gets disallowed because it hit him on the way in. Like, he couldn't get out of the way. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So I made a decision that was it. I am not going to that pub to watch the Arsenal Champions League game or the Wolves game, because they were the 3 games I was going to be there for. So the good news is, at the front of the Ferryman, adjoined to it, is a Scottish pub called Mitchell's. Right? So that's blue, and the Ferryman is green. And I am convinced, having now spent time in both of them, that there's one kitchen between the two of them, right? And one guy who goes around with a TV controller. So I said, right, we're going to go there to watch the Arsenal Champions League game. So we go there, and again we get our table, and the food is pretty much the same as next door in the Ferryman, and it's all great and hunky dory, except we're starting to watch the game, and the guy changes the channel to some other game. And we're like, hang on a minute. We said to you specifically, we're here to watch the Arsenal game, because there's obviously other games on. And he managed to get him. By the time he changed it back, Arsenal had scored. So anyway, so that was good. I thought, that's pretty good. We'll go there again. Except on the Saturday when Arsenal played Wolves, when that controversial sending off that has now been rescinded, I tell you what, that Oliver character, he doesn't like Arsenal. He really doesn't like Arsenal. So anyway, so we were at the racing, so I couldn't actually, we couldn't really watch it properly because we were at the equivalent of Royal Ascot. Yes, and everybody, we were in a box, and everybody was dressed up to the nines. And
when you did send a message saying you're in a box, that was just too easy to send stuff back, so I didn't.
Yeah. There's a few people who said it's about time they put him in a box. His time has arrived.
Oh, I wasn't thinking that.
Put him in a box and ship him off. So anyway, yes. So I had a very pleasant time in South Africa, Michael. Thank you for asking. And Arsenal did reasonably well.
No, they didn't, because I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah, no. Well, you know what? We still took 4 points off you this season, which is 4 more than last year.
Don't care.
Fine.
That's important.
You are but you are rubbish, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we are. But we're equal rubbish. Look, we're equal rubbish.
In that game, you were equal rubbish. The thing that made me happy. So I went back and I got into boot camp this morning, and we have our coach is a Spurs fan, and a couple of mates are Spurs fans. And I went, I've been away, guys. I've not really caught up with any of the football. How have Spurs got on? Right, having known that they'd lost every game and that the crowd are turning against Imposter Coglu, and it's all gone horribly wrong.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's what, 2-1 against Leicester,
and they were 1-0 up. So I'm on the
3-2 against Everton,
1-0 up, and I go, they were
3-2 against Everton.
They were 3-0 down, but they and I loved that bit because they got some kind of hope in the last 5 minutes, but not enough to have their season crushed. But
so
now,
where are they in the league?
They are
15th.
Almost out. They're almost out of the league.
Well, they're 15th.
I mean, they have fallen further than Manchester United, and that is in itself,
Well, Spurs are on 24 points. Man United are on 29. How the heck's that? I mean, there's now, in my view, there's now three leagues. Now we're saying this. You've got the top bit, which is Liverpool down to Bournemouth, maybe Villa, seventh, eighth place, but that's down to 40 points. And Villa on 37, which then goes down to, say, 24 Spurs. And then after that, you've got another lot. So you're starting to, unless Villa win, there's going to be a gap from seventh to eighth, a bigger gap than 3 points. And then you've got the gap at the bottom. So you're going to end up with about three leagues going.
Which is normally what happens when you get towards the end of the season. You get the ones that are competing for Europe, you get the ones that are desperately trying to stay up, and then there's that middle group that are a little bit they don't really want to go on a run in case one of the bottom teams goes on a positive run. And like, see with Spurs, right? They can't buy a point. But if your Ipswiches and your Leicesters and your Wolves start to pick up some points, they're going to then start to get very, very worried. And people go, oh, it's a bit like West Ham a number of years ago. Too good to go down. They went down.
You say that Spurs can't buy a point. That just made me look at Man United and go, Man United can't buy a pint. Their owner won't pay for anything, will they?
No.
He's banning everything, isn't he?
No, I know. I saw a funny meme yesterday. Somebody saying they're trying to sell Gamaccio, what's his name, Garnaccio, and they were saying, yeah, but he might be all right at Leicester, Wolves, Ipswich, and Southampton, but he's not going anywhere else. That's really. Although I've got a bone to pick with Manchester United, they've now stolen, I say, two of Arsenal's young bright prospects, because they get to this point where they can sign a contract, and I don't understand why either of them would go to Manchester United, because they'll never play in the first team, because Manchester United's strategy is, no, I know why they've gone, and their family have gone, you know what, you've got to go, because we're now set for life. Although I can't believe Arsenal could have paid them much less, offered them much less.
For a kid, it'd be similar.
And we offer, and we are proven that we give kids in the academy a chance, and we got two playing in the first team now. So, but Manchester United have no academy kids.
I think that's what they're changing, though. I think they're going to change that. I think they haven't got a lot of choice. I think they're going to have to kick the old guard out.
Well, probably, yeah. Probably they're going to have to stop spending huge money on and hopefully bring in some young talent. Well, good luck to them. And they've taken two of our brighter prospects, and we'll see how they get on.
Yeah. But the league I think Villa are fucked, but hey ho. Pardon the French.
I think our main topic of today, Michael, given that is meant to be about fantasy football, and we're meant to be helping that's the one. We're meant to be
thinking about it.
Our fellow players to understand what's happening. Because when I was at boot camp this morning, as I think I said, and a number of the players there, a number of the guys there, they all play in our fantasy league, probably most of them. And I'm not sure many, if any, understand anything about this new chip. And my view is it is going to put the cat among the pigeons.
I'm not sure he does either.
Starting this weekend. Well, actually, he's interesting because there's three-tier pricing of the manager. So basically, and I mean, you have to have, if you don't have any money at the moment, you can't buy an assistant manager. The highest price is Slot and Arteta at 1.5 million. So as long as you got 1.5 million in reserve, you can bring in your assistant manager straight away. And it's like having another chip. It's another player. You've now got a squad of 6, or a team of 11 plus a manager. And it goes down to Imposter Coglu is 1.1 million. I mean, I don't know how that's there, but the David Moyes and Harry Potter, who's gone to West Ham, they are both at 500,000.
See, I think Moyles could be a good bet.
Here's my view why. Because
I think because you get extra points if you beat teams above 5 points above, is it?
5 places above you. So how it works is so the mechanics of it is you get yourself an assistant manager. If you don't do it, you are clearly clinically stupid. But you get yourself an assistant manager, and you have that. You have once you get a manager, you can change them. But we'll come back to that. You have a 3 week period, and that's it. It runs for 3 weeks. You don't have to do it this week. I'm personally not doing it this week. I'm saving it that chip until the last 3 weeks of the season, when there's a lot of, teams are fighting to win the league. They're fighting to stay up. There's going to be a lot of turmoil. So I'm going to wait. But a lot of people, and I think some people are using slot as an example. So slot this is a double game week, right? So Liverpool are playing Bournemouth away and Everton away. Now, to me, I think they could lose both those games quite easily, because look how well Bournemouth are playing, especially at home. I mean, they are spanking teams. I mean, they went up to Newcastle and spanked them 4-1. They spanked Forest 5-0 last week. They've already beaten Arsenal, Man City, and a bunch of other top teams. So are you best to put your chip down now for slot and have him for the next 4 games? You get 4 games instead of 3 games, because then they're away to Everton. It's Everton's last game at Goodison Park. Everton have got a new manager
Not
bounce.
their last game at Everton, Goodison
It's
Park.
their last derby. Sorry,
Derby, yeah.
Yeah. But it's the last time they'll play Liverpool at Goodison. And so they're going to be up for it. They've got a new manager. They've won their last 2 games, or won and drawn. They draw with your rubbish lot last week, didn't they? So I'm not sure and then you said something earlier to me before we got on air about this is the time to triple captain Salah. I'm not sure it is.
Well, anyway, thinking about Bournemouth, I'm not sure. But if I was going to use the manager or the triple captain, I would probably use the triple captain. Because I'm like you, I don't think it's the right one for the manager.
Well, also, by the way,
because you don't get the bonus points
again to help out people. This new chip, you need, if you in that 3 week period when it starts before it ends, you're not allowed to use any other chips. So you've got to if you've got chips left, and I've got all mine left, you have got to plan your chip strategy. So with the assistant manager, you've got basically 2 strategies: go safe with a slot or a Arteta, who are more likely to win most of their games, and you'll get 6 points for a win, you'll get 3 points for a draw, you'll get a point for every goal scored. So actually,
clean sheets too.
Clean sheets too. So yeah, you get. Let's say you win 1-0. That's 9 points. That's 9 extra points, and
don't forget you also get the bonus points if your manager beats a club that are 5 places above.
No, but I'm saying if you go, there's 2 strategies.
That was slot.
If you go with slot and Arteta, there's no 5 teams above you.
No,
right? So you are going to get but you'll get 9 points. If you got that 3 weeks on the bounce, you get 27 points extra that you wouldn't have got. So that's really good. If you take the risk, as you just said, and you pick a manager like Moyes, let's say you pick Moyes, okay, his first, and you do it this weekend. I'm not doing it this weekend, but you could. They play Leicester. So he beats Leicester, he gets 6 points. He beats them 1-0 because Everton don't score a lot of goals, keeps clean sheet, he gets 9 points. But then he plays Liverpool. And if he beats Liverpool, he gets his 6 points, maybe 1 for a goal, and he gets 10 bonus points. So if you pick Moyes in this 1 game week, you could win 27 to 28 points. That is.
Then he's playing Palace.
I mean, if he scores a few goals, you could be 30 points.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. But
I don't think they'll beat Liverpool.
It's slot. If you pick slot or you pick Arteta because Arsenal or Man City at home, that's not a win. That's not an easy game. And I can't remember what the next 2 for Arsenal are after that. So you've got to, I think you've got to study, but you've got any time between game 24 and game 20.
Don't forget though. Don't forget you won't get bonus points for the Everton Leicester game because Leicester are below them.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, I counted that. No.
Oh,
I'm saying no, but
I wasn't listening to you. You just talk shite off time, so I wasn't listening.
exactly. So anyway, what do you want to say about this chip,
No,
Michael?
I see. I'm just looking
What are
at the
you
league
feeling?
now. I'm just looking at the league now, and then you can't just pick someone in the middle with five teams above. 'Cause you're actually going to see if they're going to play the damn people for a start. The ones above them. It is a tricky one. I don't think it's worth playing this week. Um, but even if you picked in the middle, Fulham 10th, who are there? Right, so who are they playing? Right, so Newcastle they're playing right there. Newcastle are above them. Then next week they're playing Nottingham Forest. Oh, they're above them. And then they're
Yeah, but they're
playing.
not 5 places above them.
No, they just got to be in the five.
No,
Oh,
no. You
Crystal
have
Palace
to
are
be.
not. Yeah, you've got to be over five
Read,
places.
read it again. You've got to be at least 5 places above.
So Fulham, Newcastle are one, two, three, four, five. Forest are, yeah, but then they don't have a fifth off after that. It's whoever else who were playing Brighton or something. Yeah, so it's hard to work. It's hard to find one that have actually
No.
got.
It's going to be. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be hit and miss. So
Hmm.
if you look at our fantasy league currently, we have 3 players joint top on 1,400 and something 78 points, which is amazing. And then we have 2 players in fourth and fifth that are only 6 points behind.
Oh yeah,
So
top five. Yeah.
our top five are separated by 6 points, and 3 of them on the same points. This chip is going to turn that upside down. And I think anybody who is down, even in, I don't know, in the top 20, could end up winning our league this season. Yeah. I'm hoping to get out of the 50s into the 30s. But I
I'm
think,
top 20. I'm number 20, and I must point out that you have dropped off your famous front page where you
no, I
made
know,
for one
I
week.
know, I know. I had, I didn't have too bad, I didn't have terrible weeks, but just the people around me. But again, many of the people I've now, my strategy has been narrow the gap amongst the top 10 above me. So if I were to play a chip this weekend, I could easily do that. But I'm not going to, by the way, because I'm not. I'm keeping all my chips till the end. So I'm going to look rubbish until the end, and then I'm going to come storming through. And people are going to go, "Wow, where did he come from? A couple more weeks, he'd have won the league."
Silence says it all.
Anyway, that's all I've got to say.
Yeah, but it is an interesting thing, the chip, and I think people before they jump on the bandwagon, I did read somewhere about this on the fantasy league that hundreds of thousands have played it this week. I can't find the bloody thing now.
Oh yeah, no, people would have been really keen to, and I bet you the vast majority have gone with Arnie Slot
I was trying to see where it
because
was.
they've got a double game week.
Yeah,
The
but there was
the
something in there.
people who are further down the league like me need to take risks. There's no point me playing safe. So if I were to play it this weekend, I would I would do David Moyes. That would be my pick because I think they're 2 games after this week. So you're going to get, if you kept him all the way through, you get 4. But like any transfer, you can change your manager in the following week, but you just have to have a transfer chip available. Or if you don't, you take a -4. And again, that's a risk. So you could have 3 different managers over 3 different weeks.
I mean, they actually
But
haven't got a bad 3 weeks, actually. They've got Everton are playing Man United in 3 weeks, Palace and Leicester.
yeah,
They're all winnable.
and Liverpool. As I say,
And Liverpool, but they're not.
they'll be up. They'll be up for. This could be the week that Liverpool's wheels come off, or not, as the case may be. But Bournemouth are on a hot streak, and Everton are under new management and are coming back. So
But
new
then you
manager
look at that
bounce.
Everton thing, you think, oh, it could be a punt, right? Okay. But then Man United and Crystal Palace aren't 5 places above, although Man United are fifth 5 above. So you wouldn't get any
No, the
points.
only one that's
Palace.
5
It's
above, I think,
tricky.
is Liverpool.
Man United are 5. One, two. Oh no, only 4. Sorry. Yeah. So it is
Yes,
hard
but
to
then
work
Man
out.
United might. Man United, this is when you got to watch it
Yeah,
because Man United might win,
win and go
and,
up. Yeah.
and Everton might draw, and then Man United
Mm.
end up being, 5
It's a
places
tricky one.
above by the time they play them.
I'll have to spend as long as I normally do in picking my team. About
Well,
36.
I think this is hit and miss. You
Yeah.
either go safe and just pick a top manager and hope that they win their 3 games. That's this that if you're somewhere near the top, that's probably the best strategy. If you're like me in mid-table, lower mid-table, near the bottom, you need to go with a much braver strategy.
Mm. I mean, even Brentford, I mean, they normally, if you get playing at home, they play well. I don't know who they've got. Who've Brentford got? Oh, they're Leicester away, Everton at home,
They're
and
both
then Villa at
winnable.
home. Then Villa at home. So that's not a bad show either.
No. Well, they've also, haven't they, this weekend, they've got Spurs at home. That's got to be a guaranteed 3 points.
Oh,
You
I
know?
was gone too far through the league then. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But you
It's a
see,
tricky one, isn't it? Yeah.
that's why I can't understand the pricing. Imposter Koglu is a 1.1 million. I mean, he should be a 0.5, the lowest,
Yeah. They
because they
obviously
are
done it for the
rubbish.
start of the season or something, haven't they? They've
But if they
obviously
got their players
sized the
back
club.
and started to play like, they in theory they could, they might be a best bet for teams above them.
So I take it if you click on the assistant manager play button, it will give you all the prices for them.
You can get the price if you go to transfers,
Uh-huh.
and on the right hand side, if you're looking at the screen, the
Oh, it's
right
got
hand
managers there.
side, you get
Yeah,
you
it's got the
get
managers there.
goalies, defenders, forwards. You get managers. So all the prices are there.
All right, so it actually tells you Moyles 19 points. Oh, how's he got 19
And
points?
it
So
tells you how
that's
many
what
points. So yes, they would have
he
got
would.
in the
Yeah,
last, I think in the
Brighton.
last week. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So he'd have got 19 points with that victory they had last week.
Mm. Bournemouth. Yeah. Bournemouth. See,
Yeah.
Bournemouth. Yeah, not a bad shout, but they've got no one above them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but where are Bournemouth in the league?
fifth, I
6th,
think.
5th.
Fifth or sixth,
Yeah, so
seventh,
they'd
seventh.
have to, they'd have to beat Liverpool to get lots of
Yeah.
points. But
Yeah.
again, we'll see.
Mm.
So,
Interesting
Michael,
times.
interesting time. So it starts this week. If you want to use it this week, you can use it anytime between now and week 36, because it's got to be 3 consecutive weeks. So 36, 37, 38. So
I tell you what, you can
any
still
time
count,
now.
can't you? You're very good. You can still
I can
count.
still count. I know. Yeah,
I'm
it's
impressed.
like 10. So like about 14 game weeks, of which you need to find 3 consecutive weeks where you feel that you should do it.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm back off to Cape Town. I'm going to get on another 12-hour flight and get my backside out of here and get back to the sun and the
Well, that's
nice
what I'm
view.
just about to try and book as well, a holiday. So there you go.
Is it?
Mm.
Oh,
Somewhere
where are you
hot.
going? Where do you want to go?
Uh, the problem is this time of year, my wife works in school, so you've got to go east or west to get the sun. So you've got to go like Indian Ocean or the Caribbean. The only close place is like Egypt or something. So I don't know. I'm going to ring that lady up that you gave me, have another chat with her and see what I can get.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
I have
Well, good
spoke to
luck.
her once, but yeah.
Was she all
Okay.
right?
Yeah, well, you might want to stop recording.
Oh yes. Yeah, we shouldn't talk about holidays when it's the podcast. So, anyway, Michael, it was an absolute pleasure to see your lovely face today.
I know.
I apologise for Villa's loss tonight in the Champions League.
Oh, they can't. No, they can't. They bloody lost to bloody poxy little. Who were they 2 weeks ago? Oh God, yeah, they lost to them. Oh, Monaco. Lost to bloody.
Monica. Yeah, well, I knew they would.